Hey everyone, so something really cool has happened again. I've got a camera company has sent me a camera, so I have come to amazing sunny Dunkeld in the most amazing autumn conditions. Like the trees are looking absolute prime at the minute, and I'm here with Kyle, who, if you are in the Scottish scene, you've probably seen this guy around. He's local at a lot of the races. He's the biggest stoker in the world. I've literally never met anyone as keen on bikes and just getting out having fun as this guy. So yeah, we're gonna go rip up some of these hills. He's gonna pull some shapes because he's pretty rad on the bike as well, and I'm gonna test my new Insta 360 1X camera. I think my plan is, let's just go up some of these hills.
Let's go in there. Let's go by.
Let's go, and I'm going to try a few different options, positions. I think we're going to put the camera on you. I'm going to follow you. I think maybe you're going to follow me. We'll try some different things. Should we do this?
Sounds sick. Can't wait.
Nice one.
Stoked.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
So I made it to the top of the hill. Views are looking incredible. I was going to take this moment just to explain the camera a little bit. Like I said, this is the new Insta 360 1X. This is the upgrade from the just Insta 360 1. And I've been using the old one a little bit, and I found it needed a couple of improvements just to make it that little bit more perfect. Fortunately, this camera has pretty much fixed any issues that the last one had. So I'm excited to test this one and see what it can actually do. Actually, I'm gonna maybe get you to stand there now the sun's. So the main things they fixed on this one is it's now got a external battery, so you can replace it. You can bring spare batteries out with you, which prolongs the life, means you can get out into the hills and you don't have to charge it midway through. The other issue I found with the other one was the image quality was decent, but not amazing. This one, I've done a couple of test shots and it's actually looking pretty damn good. Now today is pretty sunny when it's not gone behind the clouds, so pretty prime conditions. And actually on the drive up here, I got an email from Insta360 saying they've actually upgraded the firmware for it, and I haven't managed to do this because I was literally driving up here, I don't have my laptop, but the image quality is supposed to be meant to be even better now they've upgraded it, so I'll have to try that again in the future. So it's got a couple of other features on this. It's got bullet time, which I'm going to try in a minute. It's got hyperlapse, you can slow speed things up, and obviously just 360, you can make a tiny planet with it as well. So I think the only thing we need to do now is get down this hill, try a few angles. I'm going to follow Kyle, Kyle's going to follow me, and we'll try and get some rad shots for you guys, so let's do it. So I think I mentioned bullet time with this camera. And I don't know if this is meant to look like a gun, but it'd be ironic if it was. This is the most bizarre bit of equipment I've ever used for filming. Essentially, bullet time is a bit like the Matrix. You can get the camera to circle around you and just focus on you, and it's actually this really, really cool effect. You essentially get that out like that, spin it around your head, and you get just this really, really cool effect. And you can do this with a bit of string as well, but I think this one works pretty awesome. It's just the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. Alright guys, so this shot I got with my chest mount. It'd be interesting to see what the camera looks like compared with like a GoPro with the Karma grip and stuff. This is so much more convenient, it's so lightweight, I don't have a cable going to my bag. So yeah, fingers crossed this holds up and looks pretty damn good. I'm going to follow Kyle down, he's looking all with his full face helmet on and everything.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're both riding the same bikes, we're both on the Merida 160s. Which is awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah, I know.
So sick,
even
man.
the same colours and everything.
Yeah, the same colourways. Loving it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right, should we do this?
Let's do it, man.
Awesome.
Sick.
We had a bit of a false start. We went down the up trail and it is so overgrown in here. I'm so scratched up. These plants are sharp as anything. It's actually quite dry, which is nice. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be grippy. Ow! Oh, it's so sharp. Need to come up here with a bushwhacker. Whoa! Oh, let's forget how steep Dunkeld is. Oh. Kind of time keeping up with Kyle as well. Oh, here we go. Out in the open. Oh. Yeah, Kyle's a fast rider. Oh, definitely fast. Oh, putting rocks in my way. That's sick, man. You're a quick guy. Cool, so we've just been down. Obviously I just had my chest mount on. That was pretty sweet. Those are some really overgrown tracks though. I'm not sure if you can see my legs. Those are some sharp bushes, man. Definitely a day for long sleeves. Fortunately, we're now out into the open, which means we get this amazing view. And to try and make the most of it, I'm gonna go for something a bit different. This is something I've wanted to try for ages. This camera, pretty much with this angle, makes this pole disappear. So this is gonna be like a third person, almost like a computer game style. You're not gonna see this pole, it's just gonna be like a floating camera. I think you can just about see my shoulders. And I had a test and it looked pretty good from the small test I did. And fingers crossed it'll look amazing out on here. So, gonna give this a try and see how it looks.
Could be interesting.
Yeah. Right, trying to remember where this goes. Jeez. Ow. Flipping out, Carl's going straight for it. Keep on forgetting how steep it is here. This guy's quick. Oh, I ate crap on that corner last time I was here. Oh, I got a plant in my eye. Oh, man, they're overgrown so much.
You're right.
Oh, good.
You're good. I was like, what the hell? You're right, man.
Yeah, man.
I was like, it goes that way. Like, oh shit.
Right.
Sick.
Let's try this again.
Yeah, round two.
Actually try and keep up with you this time.
Not at all, man. Not at all.
Cool. I always forget how steep this is, and it is insanely overgrown. Ow. My legs are hating this. Oh. Jesus. It's so hard to ride fast. Oh. And this is a hard guide to keep up with. This is where it started to go a bit wrong for me last time, going into this such a steep chute. Yes. Nice one. That's much better. Cool, so hey, we both made it down there safely. I just cannot believe how overgrown this place is. My legs are hating this. We are halfway down the hill, had a stop, swapped cameras. So I'm gonna do the leading now. Kyle's got the camera on his helmet, and this should be pretty interesting. This type of camera is amazing for group rides. So if you're in the middle of the pack, you can choose afterwards, if you want to follow the person in front, you can. If someone behind you has a crash and you want to find, you can just edit that into it afterwards. So this will be pretty cool.
It's gonna be sick.
You might get frustrated with my speed, but
Follow the legend. I'm gonna try to keep up with him.
We'll see. You have no problem with that.
You'll be in the distance, man. Amazing.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
It's so rare I do the leading.
Oh man, you'll be ripping.
Right, you good?
Yeah, boy.
Let's do this.
Sick. Yeah, behind.
Oh, almost lost it.
He's got it.
You alright?
Bye.
Right, I'll try not to make any mistakes.
Not at all.
You
Right,
good?
you're slaying my boy.
Here goes. Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Haha.
Sick, man.
That's
We
the
can
one.
rent it. Yeah,
That's
man.
the one.
Super.
Cool. After 2 and a bit years of doing these vlogs, you'd think I'd be prepared, but no, I've just gone and completely forgotten the spare batteries for my audio for this mic. So we're on the raw audio for this. We're on the raw audio for the Insta 360 1X, and I've tested this. It does pick up the wind noise quite a lot, so judging on how it goes, I will potentially put music over the top of this, so that's why it's like that. So but yeah, we're testing the handlebar mount out now. Just about to hit up a new trail. Gonna let Kyle go in front, and I'm gonna try and keep up again. I'm probably gonna get scratched to death by these bushes again. That is ready. Oh, he's down. Oh. Your camera okay? Oh, good. Yeah, man. Get that lens wiped off.
Are you okay?
All good, yeah. Alright guys, so we're just about to head down another trail, but I'm going to try something that I've seen these Insta 360 1Xs being used for on the internet. I've seen a couple of clips. With the time shift, you can get the camera on a pole and you can get so close to the subject, slow it down so nicely. So yeah, got it on this pole, which of course you won't see because the 360 camera is in its one blind spot. You can see on the, we've got the preview here. It's pretty rad. You see that? There's just like a floating camera somewhere in space. That is absolutely rad. So that's pretty cool. You can see what you're shooting there. So I'm gonna get you, Kyle, to go over into the steep chute, and we're gonna try and make it look pretty spectacular. I mean, it looks pretty good anyway, but I reckon with this thing we can make that look pretty epic. Give it a try.
Yeah, man, sick.
Okay, so I just did a bit of the slow-mo. Kyle here, look at this. That is sick. The other thing I've seen people do, which I'd need another person, is just chucking it. Like, you need someone to catch it, but having someone, imagine someone riding on that, you just chuck it next to them. How cool would that look? That is sick. I am leading in the third person cam. I'm going to experiment and see what this thing looks like pointing backwards. You ready to go?
Yeah, dude.
So I think we haven't got that far to go, so we're kind of mostly near the bottom, I think, but yeah, I'll try not to fall off this time.
Yeah, try to keep up with you, my boy.
I'm sure you will.
Nah.
Here it goes. Right, okay, so I've now fixed my audio, got new batteries in, and we have just slogged up a massive climb, which was way bigger than I remember it being. We got lost, but that's all good. Bikes are good. We've now got a really cool descent. I'm going to stick the camera in third person mode. I'm hoping there's not too many low hanging branches. If there are, I'll just change it to the chest mount. But who's going first? Do you
want to go first?
I might, seriously.
Yeah.
All right, if we get lost again, you can blame me.
Man.
Let's do this.
Man.
Trying to remember where I'm going.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, dropping in. Brap, 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 brap. This one is a lot loamier than the last one. This is actually such a nice type of terrain to ride on. Just trying to remember where it goes. It gets so dark in here as well. Be a good test of the low light of the camera. Now drifting around that corner nicely then. Nice steep shoots. How are you holding up back there?
Dude.
You good?
Yeah, man. You're killing it, dude. Oh.
You good?
Okay, give it a roll.
Whoa!
Oh,
You see that pedal then?
I was
That was sketchy.
Oh, see. I love that.
Whew.
Oh man, look at that.
I don't know why that's there, but
I like it there, I was saying.
my legs are like jelly after that climb. Oh, I do like it in these woods. I think this is the driest I've ever ridden in here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, this is sick.
Yeah, boy.
Dark, dark, dark. Tight. Oh, I remember this bit.
Oh,
Tight as Ken.
I just said.
Oh, my camera. Oh, ha. Put me off a bit.
How fun is that?
That is sick. Got a bit of a climb now, though, I think.
That's so fun, man. How cute is that? Oh,
That's the first time you've ridden this, isn't it?
it's sick, man. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Oh, stoked to bed.
Where's it go here?
Oh, I do recognise this. I
Yeah,
think seen this in a video somewhere.
yeah,
Go, we'll
do
just
it.
cruise it and see what
yeah, man.
we got.
Oh, jeez. Flipping. Okay, so that's a bit faster than I was doing it. Ha, wild. Yes. Yeah. Okay, this is a lot faster than I would have done this. Never been here with this much dust before. Yeah. Oh, even with a step up. Whoa. Lines. How are my tyres gripping to this? Yes. Come on, legs. What you got? On the edge of grip there. Yeah! Oh man, that was worth the slog. That was flipping awesome. See, I've got a kind of a level speed that I'm comfortable with going. Let him go first. Oh my God, it's just off like a rocket. I would have never ridden it that fast, so I'm glad I followed you then.
Oh
that
man,
was awesome. How's it going, guys?
All right, how you doing?
That was awesome, man. Hopefully that looks pretty sweet. We just had a quick look then. The slight shakes, but other than that, I think it looks pretty sweet. I think just to make sure in the future, if you don't want any shakes, I think the chest mount might be one of the best ways, but I think having a third person view looks awesome. By the way, guys, if you want an awesome bike, we've got this one for sale. What's the details?
Merida 160, so it is a Merida Bicycles 160 model. And if you want any more info spec, just hit us up with a wee message, or find us on...
What's your Instagram?
Instagram, find us on Instagram at Stokagegram, and yeah, shoot us a message, guys. That's
sweet.
Sick.
That concludes the riding. I am now going to go home and do some editing, so I'm going to have to show you quite how cool and unique this thing edits as well. So we'll save that for maybe tomorrow because I'm tired now. Cool, well that was great fun.
Unreal.
Thank you so much.
So sick, thanks so much.
Yeah, we need to ride again soon.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
So stoked, can't wait for it.
Nice one, dude. Man. Take care.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that riding. My arms are absolutely ravaged from all those plants. My legs as well. It was definitely a day for long sleeves. Anyway, so now that I'm back, I need to now edit that footage. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to do it on my phone. Now, you can get a Wi-Fi transfer, which is actually really quite quick, from the Insta360 One X to your phone. But I tend to like to use a cable. It's just a little bit quicker and you're guaranteed to keep that quality. So just link these two together. Comes with the cables you need, so that's ideal. And then we can just get on with the editing job. Okay, before I start with the editing, I'm just going to stick my camera in its case, just because with 360 cameras, the lenses always stick out a little bit more, so it makes sense just to keep it tucked away, keep those lenses nice and clean. Now the app's pretty cool. It's got its own community, so you can keep in touch and see what's going on, see what's being made by other people. But this is obviously just where you go, and this is where your clips and your photos will turn up when you switch onto your camera. The first thing I want to try and edit, because I'm really curious to see how it looks, is the bullet time. So you have your little symbol at the top here, click that, got your clip, this is the one I filmed, and because he switched it into bullet time mode, it's pretty much done all the work for you. You can have a wee play here, see how it looks. I'll just scoot it along a little bit. And yeah, look at that. That is actually just insane. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to download it. So there we go, that's now downloaded. It was on my camera, but it's now gone into my local folder, which is directly on my phone. So if I click that, now I can edit this. So I want to change the aspect ratio so it fits onto a computer and YouTube a bit better. Turn the phone, and you've got a full screen. From here, you can trim it down, so I don't need it to be as long as it is. So I'm going to trim it down. So I want to start there, and it's quite long, so I'm just going to stop the clip there. And then from there, simply a case of export that to an album, and away we go. So simple. Okay, the next clip I'm going to edit is utilizing their time shift dynamic slow motion mode. I filmed this in 100 frames a second, which allows me to speed up or slow down the clip. So before I choose any of my angles, I'm going to just go up to here, the options, and you can adjust the speed with this button here. Now, this clip is already slow motion, so I'm gonna have to go to the fastest speed I can. And then it's just a case of, once you've selected the speed, you just drag the timeline at the bottom to where you want, it to start and stop, which is gonna be about there. And again, click the speed you want it to be, which in my case is faster, like normal speed. Drag that along. I'm just gonna do the rest of my clip, normal speed. Select that, click OK. And now my clip has got normal speed at the start and some slow-mo in between. Which is pretty cool. So now I'm happy with that. I have to choose what angle I want to shoot at. So for this one, if you either click this button down here or hard tap on the screen, you can either smart track, where if you've got someone riding in front of you, you can tell it just to follow them. You've got a pivot point, so you can tell it where you want it to pivot around. Or my favorite, you got the viewfinder. And this is basically, you just point to your phone where you want to look. It's actually pretty incredible. The other cool thing with viewfinder is you've got this slider here, which not only records, but you can also tell it how wide to go, even to the point of being a tiny planet. Okay, so this next clip I'm going to show you is when Kyle was following me. This is when the viewfinder really comes into its own. This is when you can really track around corners and come up with some really cool shots and change how wide the angle is. So there you go, kind of look a bit funky when you're editing that, but you do get some pretty amazing looking shots from it. Just ought to make one thing clear, I've not been paid to do any of this, I've just been given this camera. That does free me up to be critical if I need to be, and there is one thing I do want to be critical of, the audio. Now, I've actually listened to some of this back before I've done any of this editing, and as soon as there's any wind, the audio in this pretty much becomes unusable. I love a lot of this camera. I think the image quality is the best I've seen from any 360 camera, even better than the GoPro Fusion. I love how lightweight it is. I love that I don't have to wear a massive GoPro Karma kit with a cable and battery going to my bag. This thing just goes in my chest and is super small. I love the editing with the viewfinder where you can just choose where to look with your camera. I think that's a really, really cool thing. I think this thing is the best 360 camera out on the market at the minute, and I'm super pleased with it. One thing I think this thing could benefit from is a waterproof case. Fortunately, they do make that as an accessory. They didn't have it in time for me to make this video, so I couldn't test it and see what the audio was like with it or see if it gets in the way. I assume it doesn't. I would actually recommend using one anyway, just because on these cameras, like I said, the lenses just stick out. They're the first things to hit anything if you drop the camera, leave it anywhere. So having some kind of screen protection, I think would be really, really good. So there you go, everyone. That is the Insta360 One X kind of in review. You've seen some clips. Let me know what you think. Let me know which angle was your favorite, and I'll try and use that one more in the future. But yeah, hope you guys have a brilliant week. Get out, ride your bikes, ride fluid, and I'll catch you all next time. So see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.